we've covered it all. We've covered your foundation. We've covered your kids. You're gonna be a grandpa. We've talked a little bit about movies, which I was doing my best to steer away from, but I can't help it, man. I have to ask you what's the favorite film you have done, and then there'll be a follow-up question.
Man, I think obviously Expendables was a pretty special property, and especially that first one.
Yeah.
Getting a chance to sit down and talk to Sly about that character, and he's originally had me come in to talk about Hail Caesar, and it was originally written for Wesley Snipes. He was going to adapt it and make it a little more suitable for me. He ended up getting Terry Crews. And Terry was amazing.
Yeah.
In that was brought all his humor and the gregarious personality that he has to that role. And after sitting down and talking to me about that role and our conversation, Sly went back and rewrote Toll Road into the movie, and all the things that we discussed in our meeting came out with talking about my ear and all that stuff in the movie. So I was more than honored and honestly flattered that he didn't just say, well, we got this guy, and he, and kind of blow me off. He kept me in there. He's a huge fight fan, boxing especially, but MMA as well. And so I just felt honored to be involved with that whole group of guys, learn from them, see how they, their approach to this profession. And there's not a better group of guys to be around. And it was a huge learning experience, and my first time being involved in a number one movie that summer. So pretty cool.
Yeah, that was
awesome.
It's a great flick. Now
I've got a question on the Expendables real quick, JP. On the Expendables line, is the Bruce Willis beef, is that real, or can you talk about it? Or
I'm obviously not on the ground floor of that whole thing. My understanding is he had, they asked him to be in 3.
Mm-hmm.
He was in 1 and 2.
Yeah.
They asked him to be in 3, and they wanted to kind of give him a bigger role. He was just coming off of Reds, and they were talking about Reds 2, and he asked for an exorbitant amount of money to be involved in the film. And so Sly was, I think, a little offended. At least that's what my understanding.
Yeah.
And so he rewrote it. That's what brought Harrison Ford into the 3rd movie. And they
awesome.
had that little set of dialogue about Bruce's character going to the Arctic or something. I don't remember what they said, but that's how all that kind of came about. And that's not the first time that's happened. I mean, Mickey Rourke was supposed to be in the 2nd film, and he was just coming off of Iron Man.
Yep.
And again, he did the same thing. He asked for an exorbitant amount of money to be involved in the film, and Sly said, I'll rewrite it. And he just rewrote it and brought Liam Hemsworth in to play our sniper in that movie instead of Mickey. So, I can't, I have no perspective on that, honestly. Everybody's got to do what they think is best for their career, honestly.
Yeah.
I really have.
I don't know. If it was me, I'm like, there's so many legends. I'd be like, screw the money. Like, this is just an experience in its own, just to be with all these guys and everything they've done. So, yeah.
It was it's a great group of guys to hang out with, to be on set with.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun. I felt like I was back on my old high school football team. We're in the locker room and suited up, getting ready to go out and play, we're telling jokes and just having a blast. It was a great group of guys.
My new goal is we've got to get all the Expendables on an episode and just do an Expendables episode.
Wow. See, Nick, there he goes with his big aspirations. That's what we call him, the tenacious one. And I'm in for it, man. I'm in for it. If you can arrange that, Nick, I will give you the brand new car that I just got that I cannot speak of on the air yet.
All right.
Deal?
All right, Randy. Deal. When we're done, we got a lot of talk about. I want his brand new car.
I've got a question. And I may catch some flack on this for the rest of my life, but I don't care. I think Randy Couture would beat up Chuck Norris, and they were a star together. Now, do you think that's you two getting a fight right now? Who wins that fight?
Oh, man.
Come on. It's got to be you.
You can never go against Chuck Norris. You can't do that.
That's what
that's just downright un-American.
Randy Couture just called me un-American, Nick.